WFSO Aftermath. As I was just chatting with the live, there's people that's watching live, and appreciate the likes so far. So thank you. What we gonna talk about today? We're gonna talk about last night's. I didn't even say the A word. I hate when that happens. I did not say the A word. I hate when that happens. So, for those who's watching on WFSO 2, I apologize because every time they think I say the A word and it just jumps to something else. Anyways, we're going to talk about the OKC Thunder and Bucks game that happened last night. We're also going to talk about TNA Sacrifice pay-per-view that happened this past Friday. And yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit about Barrett. Like I said, I wasn't going to talk about the guy until the Bucks had lost a game. So we're going to talk about him and just see what he had to say about last night's game. I don't like doing this to everybody else, but I think some of these young cats don't understand like basketball that much. They play by feelings. But I understand you gotta be passionate for the game too, so I can understand that. But it's like, how far is too far? You know what I mean? Also, see if there's any wrestling news and talk about some Marvel and DC stuff if there's some news of that available. So no Milwaukee development stuff going on today, so we won't be talking about that. So yeah, this game. It looked like it was a good game until the second quarter. That you can see Educational Gilmore. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Michael? So you see like in the second quarter, like the Bucks really didn't score that much. And like I was looking at the stats and stuff yesterday, I was just like, okay, I know I was watching most of the game, but I was focusing on other stuff, but what was the problem with this game? Like, why they couldn't, beat the Thunder? And I was like looking at everybody's stats. It wasn't the turnovers, because you know what? Y'all gonna look at it with me. So it's like, it's not the turnovers, because the turnovers ain't that bad. And the blocks and steals is okay. Maybe the lack of assists is one thing, and the offensive rebounds is not that bad. Maybe it's just some of the supporting cast and, hey, what's up, No? I haven't seen you in a while, so you must have been busy. But, I'm thinking that, I'm like, what's the problem? Like, only thing I can think of is, like, just certain players wasn't hitting their shots. Or hit them at the right time. That's the, oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, a lot of work. I understand that. But it's just like, how far is like too far when you come to like some of these scoring issues with certain players? And it's like, of course you let some of your other players play like garbage time, and you sign Ryan Rollins to the a guaranteed contract, and you're not even using them enough, like only in garbage time. So I don't get that. And plus, when your last thing you did last time, how you end up stopping the Thunder when you was going for the NBA Cup championship, you end up having Andre Jackson Jr. on him, and that actually worked. Doc didn't do that. So I know some people will put the blame on Doc. I will a little bit. Sharks. That's like a yes and no question. So I'll just say yes and no for about Sharks. But it's not what we're here for. But anyways, it's like you got your three players that are guards stepping up. Then like I said, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Only thing I can think of is like the field goal percentage wasn't that great, and in free throws, oh yeah, Giannis laid back to normal with his free throws. But I'm like watching the game and looking at the game. I'm like, what's the problem? Because the only thing I can think of is like some of their players just didn't hit their shots, and it's just like all heck broke loose. Well, yeah, you get what I mean. Anyways, let's read the quarter status. Thunder and Bucks the first quarter. Milwaukee was up 26-24, and I think that was the only lead that the Bucks have. Then second quarter, it ended way worse for them. 29 to the Bucks. Lowest scoring game in the quarter was 15. Then you have the Thunder again scoring their highest of the quarter, and so did the Bucks, 39-33. Then you have Bucks winning the quarter, 29-31. So yeah, it was horrible. Okay, let's see the stats of the team stats of the Thunder. 46-89, which is like 52% from the field. Yeah, they shot better in the field than us. Well, I feel like okay with Luka Doncic. I would say yes and no because there are like few games you think of like okay they should have very close to beating this team, and like when they faced us in Thursday, I think like Luka can do all he can, but you just gotta look at the supporting cast. So that's the same thing like with the Bucks too. Sometimes the supporting cast be up there, then some games they just be like down. So a lot of teams will have like a supporting cast, and times they just there's days they're good, there's days they're not too good. But anyways, 10-29, they wasn't that great at 3-point shooting. They was never great in the 3-point shooting. Oh you ain't lying. Luca is that guy on that team. You're right. LeBron James was getting older and stuff like that. So I think what it was that whenever LeBron James come back, he would have some of the weight off his shoulders because he can have somebody play back on, like not that much worry about a big man, but at least has somebody that can like run down with him, to help him out. So they probably will be a different team when LeBron James come back. I do agree with that. Like I said, Thunder never that great of a 3-point shooting team. 10-29 with 35% from three. Free throws 19-25 with 76%. 8 offensive rebounds. Like I said, Bucks need to do a little bit better on not letting people get offensive rebounds on them. Total of 50 rebounds. They had way better assists than we did. So with 30, that explains some things. Only 3 steals and 3 blocks and 9 turnovers. So I think each team are tied with 9 turnovers, I believe. I know we was looking at the bus stacks like a second ago, but let's see, field goals was not that great. Might as well say that's 33-83 with 40% from the field. 3-point shooting is better than Thunder, but there's just some shots they just couldn't hit it when it counted. At this point in his career, I don't think LeBron can carry the team every game. He needs a guy who can take some. Yep, you're right. Yep, yeah, need to take some of the weight off. And I don't know, like you gotta choose who's your third person to step up. It seems like it's gonna be Austin Reeves, but maybe not. I don't know, but maybe then things may seem different next season. No matter how far the Lakers will get, but they would probably would need that that third person that can help them with some things too. And Alton Reeves probably can do it, but I'm like the type to just say we'll just wait and see. So they just got to figure out. Yeah, definitely not Bronny. Yeah, he may be their future, but yeah, he's gonna. Bronny is just gonna need some work. He really is gonna need some work. Although he's killing in the G League, but still comes to the upper leagues in the NBA, he's gonna need some work. Yeah. Anyways, 13 to 34 from three with 38.2%. 26 to 33 with Miami said at 79% from the free throw line, and we all know why. Not bad with offensive rebounds from the Thunder, with not Thunder but Bucks. I'm sorry, with 9, but defensive rebounding is not that good with a total of 34 rebounds. 21 assists. They need to do better than that. So that's probably the other reason why they lost this game. 7 steals, not too bad. 8 blocks, and like I said, same with the Thunder turnovers. They only had 9, so taking care of the ball wasn't that bad. But you just want to see them do like a little bit better with on ball control. Anyways, let's get to the player status. We'll start with the Thunder first. You got Chet Holmgren starting at the 4 position, so I guess try to stop Giannis, which really did not work that much. Anyways, he had 16 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds with 1 offensive rebound, 2 of 4 from the free throw, 2 of 4 from 3, and 6 of 9 from the field. Okay, if they got them to like in the starting lineup, who's their other big? I don't know, but if y'all know, let me know, because I can't tell who would be their other big unless one of their persons like 6'9" or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, Isaiah Hardenstein with 24 points, 3 assists, 12 rebounds, so he has a double-double with 2 offensive rebounds, 2 of 3 from the free throw, 11 to 15 from the field. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the team. He led the game too with 31 points. Once again, Isaiah Hardenstein did have the highest plus minus on the team with plus 23. So I forgot to mention that. I apologize. But anyways, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 31 points, 1 block, 8 assists, 2 rebounds with 1 offensive rebounds, 9 of 11 from the free throw, and 0 of 5 from 3, and 11 to 27 from the field. So with Shai, you got that situation with the I call that DeMar DeRozan effect, that at times he's okay when shooting the 3, and there's most of the time that he is not. So yeah, you will get that with like certain. Oh, there it is. So you will get that with certain players, and I apologize. I'm gonna What's your thought? What are our thoughts on the season heel turn, and do you think he'll go back to the Dunkanomics gimmick? Okay, I will say that question for in a bit, because we will talk about because I did have some thoughts of it when it first happened. While I was talking about it on Aftermath, maybe was it the day after Elimination Chamber? I did talk about that, but I will save that question for a bit, like when we get to like the wrestling stuff. So we will talk about that. Let's see where I was at. Oh yeah, Cason Wallace, 9 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 4 rebounds with 1 offensive rebounds, 1 to 2 from 3, and 4 to 7 from the field. Oh, okay, you got 3 people stepped up from the bench. You got Alex Caruso with 10 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 or 3 from the free throw, 0-1 from 3, and 4-6 from the field. Then you got Isaiah Joe with 19 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 2-2 from the free throw, 5-9 from 3, 6-12 from the field. Then Aaron Wiggins, you got 9 points, 1 block, 3 assists, 4 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, 2-2 from the free throw, 1-4 from 3, and 3 of 8 from the field. Now let's look at the status for the Bucks. I guess you can talk about that their big 4, and yeah, Giannis led the team with 21 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal. I thought I plugged that. Oh god, now it came off. So give me a second, guys. Yeah, we know it's gonna be slow charging. So okay, there we go. Um, I said Giannis led the team with 21 points. He had the lowest plus minus. No, we don't. That's Torian Prince and Damian Lillard with minus 15. Anyway, 21 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, only 1 turnover, 10 assists, and 12 rebounds. So his, I think that's his 8th triple double of the season, and that's the second triple double he got on the Thunder this season. If you add that NBA Cup championship. So 3 offensive rebounds, 7 to 12 from the free throws, 7 to 15 from the field. Kyle Kuzma, I know some people are going to get on him, but yeah. Anyways, 10 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 2 of 5 from 3, and 4 of 11 from the field. 4-11. I can understand some people getting mad about the field goal shooting, but 3-point is okay, but not too bad. At least you know he hit him. But Brook Lopez, 8 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 5 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw, 0 of 3 from 3, and 3 of 8 from the field. Yeah, that's unlike him. And Damian Lillard with 19 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 11 from the free throw, 2 of 4. I said free throw. I didn't say anything about. I didn't mention that, so my apologies again for people that's watching on WFSO 2. So I apologize. Said 2 of 4 from the 3, and 3 of 9 from the field. So yeah, not a good mid-range shooting night for Dame, Brook, or Kyle Kuzma. So yeah, there's some things that they gotta calm down on. But that's just me. Well, their bench 3 we can talk about. Jericho Sims, of course, he does what he does, even with a thumb injury. Still didn't play enough minutes like he should. Gary Trent Jr., as I said, led the Bucks bench with 12 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 1 of 2 from the free throw, 3 of 9 from 3, and 4 of 11 from the field. You got Kevin Porter Jr. With 11 points. Oh, he's the highest plus minus on the team with +5. Ain't that something? 1 assist, 4 rebounds. That's 1 of 2 from the free throw, but 3 of 4 from 3. So he's doing good on the 3-point shooting. He's been taking them as late, so that's a good sign. But 3 of 9 from the field. AJ Green with 8 points. See, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 2 of 4 from 3, and 3 of 5 from the field. So I will mention Ryan Rollins, but it seems like they didn't put him in there long enough, but I think they should have. Final score, 124-1 Thunder, 105 Bucks. And the season series, like, if you want to count the NBA Cup championship, it would have been like 2-1, but they don't count it. So Oklahoma City wins the season series 2-0, with them in February beating the Bucks when the Bucks didn't have no players, 96-125. So we will go from there, and we're just going to look at the standings. I think this is not updated yet. So with the scoring of today's game, so let's just go to standings, and maybe it will load up. Because, the Pacers would be... Oh, God, they in overtime? With 3.5 seconds left and Minnesota down by 2. So, hopefully Minnesota, make it like a double overtime and beat them. Uh, Chicago beating Utah 97-91. The game's going on right now with second quarter with 8:06 to go. Denver and Golden State 38-29. Toronto losing to Phoenix 36-57. Oh, excuse me. Memphis is losing to Sacramento 39-52. Wizards are down by one against Portland with 4:08 to go in the second. Then the Okay, they ain't showing the score. Okay, there we go. Lakers and Spurs up by one, 17-18. Knicks ended up being Miami 116-95. Houston beat Philadelphia in overtime. So, oh crap, Indiana won. So the stats is that going to change? Like I said, Houston beat Philly 137-144, and Detroit beat New Orleans 127-81. So let's just look at the stats. So probably by now the Pacers probably will tie with the Bucks for the fourth seed. So we'll see what the Bucks do on Tuesday tomorrow, because they got oh yeah, they got the same Warriors that playing right now. So maybe there'll be some change around. So we'll see. Cleveland, of course, still got the best record in the NBA, although they recently lost. Boston clinches the playoff spot. Then you got the Knicks. Then you got the Bucks tied with the Pacers. Then you got Detroit in 6. Then you got teams that's under 500 mark. You got Atlanta, Orlando, Miami. Wow, losing their last 8. Wow, I'm surprised they ain't like down yet. Then you got Chicago. Then you got Toronto, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Charlotte, and the Wizards will still got the Wait, they're playing the Oh, they're playing Portland. I thought they was playing the Jazz. Never mind. And I think right now, okay, yeah, they still got the worst record in NBA, or that went back to Utah. Oh, okay, because Utah got more losses than the Wizards. So much for that, number one spot. But Thunder, of course, they're first in the West. Then Houston really climbed back up. Okay, they won their last 6, and they got the tiebreaker for this second spot between Denver and Memphis. You got the Lakers in 5th. Then you got the Warriors in 6th, winning their last 7. Whereas right now they're not looking good against Denver. Minnesota got the biggest winning streak in the NBA right now with winning their last 8. They're in 7th. Clippers in 8th. Sacramento in the 500 mark at 9, losing their last 4. Dallas you got in 10th. So could be opportunity. Phoenix may take that spot in the 10th and be in the play-in. That's a possibility. Same thing with Portland. Possibility for them too, and San Antonio. But we'll see. But New Orleans Pelicans and Utah Jazz are eliminated from playoff contention. And I'm surprised nobody from the East is not eliminated from playoff contention yet. Oh, that's the wifey. I'm sorry, but she's going to have to wait because I'm doing the show right now. So, she'll understand. But yeah, that's enough NBA talk. But one more thing before we do move on to wrestling. So I know some of y'all may not be familiar with this guy that's on YouTube, which is Bears Bucks Breakdown. I said I wasn't going to talk about the guy when the Bucks lose. I was going to talk about him when the Bucks lose, because he's going to blame it on that one same player that you kind of saw like in his So let me pause it right here. So okay, a little bit longer than his usual videos. So we're gonna talk about him, and like I said, the guy's on the young side, so don't know how old he is. Babe, I wasn't trying to ignore you. I'm doing the show right now. That's why I didn't respond. I was gonna call you when I was done. So that wasn't me ignoring you. That's me just trying to do the show. And I'm glad you are on here. And yeah, it's love for you. How about this? You guys check out Hazel's channel on YouTube. Look for Hazel Jones 9. Talk about cooking stuff, and she also talk about Maddie's Mary and what she does for the nonprofit. So y'all get a chance, check her channel out. She needs y'all support, so please support her. But anyways, like I said, I wasn't gonna talk about Barrett. After the last win that they had, that was against who they faced Saturday? Oh yeah, Pacers. So after that, I would say I was gonna stop talking about them until the Bucks lose a game, and of course he's gonna say something about whose fault it is and stuff like that. So he's looking at he's claimed he's looking at the stats. He's looking at the field goal scoring and stuff like that, but he hasn't looked like on anything else. Like the other day, I think Kyle Kuzma had like 8 points, 8 rebounds. So yeah, and then again, they did kind of got out rebounds, so kind of sucks. But anyways, let's hear what he had to say so we can move on and talk about some wrestling stuff. So just hold on.
So the Bucks have had 2 disastrous decisions over the last couple of years since Jimmy Haslam's taken over and tanked this team, and like there was a lot of reasons. Defense.
Oops, I went too far. Sorry about that. Yes, Hazel is in a location from humanity, but I think it's getting worse over there. And she probably knows what I'm saying. But anyways, sorry about that.
Coming off of playing the most physical team in basketball and being without an all-star, their second best player and their best defender in Lou Dortz. The deja vu that kind of came to my mind was when you look at the coaching situation with the Bucks, what happened? Reportedly, Giannis wanted Adrian Griffin in, and so the Bucks hired him, and it wasn't very good, right? Like, he basically...
Why are you constantly repeating the same story about the coach? It's old. Get over it. We got no choice but to move on. Stop talking about the coaching thing. You talk about it every time.
He yelled at Terry Stotts in front of the team because he was wanting to finish going over an offensive set with Dame and Giannis, and then Adrian Griffin was like, "You get over here right now!" And it's like, well, he's got a lot of respect from Dame. You probably don't want to do that in front of the team. And then now Terry Stotts, a very good veteran assistant coach. Right now he's the lead assistant. I think he's still the lead assistant on the Warriors.
Yes, he is.
That might not be the case this year. I think he is, though. But anyway, very respected assistant coach, or just coach in general. And then you got him to quit. And then the defense was really bad throughout the year. But because Giannis and Dame were... So Bucks fans were rightfully, aggravated and pointing out that, that coaching hire didn't make a lot of sense in the first place. He was an assistant coach for a failing, underachieving team that I think missed the playoffs. Got the coaching staff fired. Why did we hire him as a head coach? Never made sense, other than for some reason Giannis liked him. And, there was a lot of reasons. Defense, the Terry Stotts thing, players... Oh, the players thing, that actually might have been on Adrian Griffin. That's another story for another day. But the point is, he wasn't a great coach, and he was definitely very flawed. And Bucks fans were right to be aggravated, and firing him wasn't necessarily a bad move, right?
Commercials. But then again, it's like,
my wife,
dude, get to your point.
Says it doesn't matter.
But Doc Rivers just tanked the expectations so far. He made the Bucks as bad as they could possibly ever be with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, to where, the expectations have just gone through the floor, to where people are looking back and they're like, maybe Adrian Griffin was good. And it's like, he really wasn't good. He was just, kind of competent, and Doc Rivers is literally the worst coach that's ever touched an and
Enough with the Doc Rivers slammer. We got him, and they got him for the reason. You're looking at the time what Doc was dealing with last season, the oldest roster in the NBA, And plus, when you got like a guy like Brook, no offense, but that can't move his feet a lot and always get passed by people like passing him and not blocking enough shots. So you got like a 7 footer that can't even move that much. So the thing is, they're back to the old um God, what's his name? Budenholzer. They back to the Coach Bud regime, like how they do like the defensive plays. They always like keep Brook around the paint. But I know he's been out there every now and then, but every time he just get passed by somebody. It's like, what in the world? And plus, right now the Bucks are the fourth seed. So why are you complaining? They're in the fourth seed. I can understand, if the playoffs were right now and they just lost the first round, I can understand being upset. But it's still the season, and we still got time. And there could be still opportunity that the Bucks may end up taking the third seed. I think you're just panicking too much.
And according to NBA history, somebody needs to do some investigative journalism into what his conversations look like with these billionaire owners that deserve to be put down like dogs. Like, he was just sitting in the front office with Jimmy Haslam the entire first half of last offseason. How did he even get there? Is somebody going to dig into that and find out how that happened? Well,
who cares? We at least got an owner that will put up the money to make a good team. Although, a little bit with the Chris Middleton trade, trying to save a little bit of money. But the point is, it ain't just money involved why they did with the Chris Middleton trade. They would have lost their 2031 draft picks if they didn't do this. Which, he failed to mention and failed to realize.
What was he saying to Jimmy Haslam during that time? Is anybody going to dig in and find that story? Because how did he keep getting these jobs when for 2 decades he's coached like half the superstars in the NBA and never made a conference finals?
That's not all his fault. Like Doc does deserve some of the blame for how the teams were in the past, but that's not all on him. It's like everybody wants to blame it. Like, it's not all on coaches. Like, coaches can give you the play for. It's up to the players to execute. So it's not all on Doc Rivers. Maybe he should be saying something else or realize something with like substitutions and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe that. Doc should be like doing better when it comes to substitutions. But everything else, hi Dennis. Everything else is not Doc's fault.
Since the time where he had the Celtics with Rondo Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Rick Carlisle as his offensive assistant, Tom Thibodeau as his defensive assistant, he won 1 ring. Ever since the Celtics, he never got to a conference finals with Blake the Snake, Chris Paul, Jamal Crawford, DeAndre Jordan, Matt Barnes, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. The year after he left, Kawhi Leonard got hurt. They still made the conference finals. Who else did he get to coach? Plenty more. James Harden, Joel Embiid. He's coached like half the superstars in the NBA, dang near. And never made a conference finals. Not win a conference finals, not win a finals, never made a conference finals. And yet he keeps getting the best coaching jobs. So, my point is,
it's the resume that he won a championship. That resume gonna outweigh all of them. With the Kenny Atkinson situation, like, he may have a ring as an assistant coach, but has he have a ring as a head coach? Because I think that was the GM's decision. He wanted Kenny Atkinson, but the owner didn't. Chose Doc Rivers instead. It's like we stuck with what we stuck with, and I think the issue is with fans like him. They expect to win like championships every single season. That's not always the case. You're going to have a team that's going to be better than you. Would it be good that if they could win the championship every single year? Yeah, but that's too much of a big dream that may or may not happen. maybe they can win like back to back or maybe 3 championship rings or something like that. But it gets harder every year because players get better. So just really gotta take it. It's not all on Doc, not all on him.
Is we went from not a very good coach, maybe a bad coach, very flawed coach, to the worst coach in basketball history. And now with this current roster, we went from Andre Jackson, who, like, he's not that great. You know, like, people were trying to act like
He's a good defender. Seriously.
he was a lockdown defender. He wasn't. No, he was never a lockdown defender. He was fine defensively, but he was never the defender that people...
Now that's a damn lie. If a guy like Andre Jackson can lock up say Julius Alexander, which you can see he only played like, the last 5 minutes of the game, which Doc must have, forgot to realize that he was a good defender against Shea in that NBA Cup championship. Like I said, some of it is on Doc, but some of it is not. And there's nothing wrong with maybe like, Andre Jackson Jr. maybe need to work more like shooting or whatever, but if he gets like a better opportunity than Majal Bochem is, then I can see him succeeding in the near future. It's just, they Doc just got to give him the minutes, and I'm glad he's going with some of the youth, which everybody been saying. So when he does that, fans like him still never satisfied.
People were acting like he was offensively not really comfortable finishing around the rim, not really comfortable shooting threes, not great offensively. But we got literally the worst player in the NBA. Comments if you think I'm wrong.
You are
I'll take
wrong.
you to one of the worst players in the NBA. But to me, I don't know a player that's on a team that's trying to win. So I'm not talking about tanking teams or any player that's just getting like developmental minutes. Like a player that's getting minutes because they're trying to win games. I don't know if there's a player in the NBA that's worse than Kyle Kuzma. And so the bar got set so far.
And there it is. It seems like every time he mentioned Kyle Kuzma's name, I should just get like one of my non-alcoholic drinks and just be like, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma. I think people will play like, the drinking game with this, and they probably just get like drunk off their behinds, don't even know what they want to do. They just go all over the place. So I can see somebody doing that, be like, every time you mention Kyle Kuzma, it's always got to be on the negative.
So far, so low for a starting player. Now I'm like, God, put Andre Jackson back out there. He's a better shooter than Kyle Kuzma. He's a better passer than Kyle Kuzma. He's a better defender than Kyle Kuzma. And at this point, he's a better rebounder than him. Like, how...
Wow. How the tides had changed. As you seen, like, all his, like, his videos, before they changed the lineup. Andre Jackson Jr. don't need to start. Andre Jackson Jr. don't need to play or blah, 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 blah. And now, the tides had changed. And that's sad as it took you that long just to figure that out. That's just sad.
Kyle Kuzma averages dang near 3 turnovers to 1 assist. He shoots 28% from...
1 turnover. He only had 1 turnover this game. Only 1 turnover. I do agree that he may need to calm down when he's like trying to attack the paint, because it looks like half the time he don't even pay attention. Hey Jacqueline, how you doing? Because it seems like he's not attacking the paint. Well, he's attacking the paint, but he's like go like a big 360 and just don't pay attention, or just don't look before he attacks. And that's what Giannis do. He thinks before he attacks, but there's times, he does really need to think and like pass the ball. But I'm not going to get on him about it from last night's game, because he did have at least 10 assists and a triple-double. Dame, on the other hand, gotta be better at assists too. I know he's like a shoot first point guard, but sometimes in some games you have to be a pass first point guard.
From three today, he hit 205. Congratulations, he hit a couple to end it when he was left wide, sticking open. 4 of 11, grabbed 1 rebound. Like, I think he's legitimately the worst player in the NBA. To where,
have you ever heard of a guy called Sean Respert? I have. And the Bucks drafted him and thought he was going to be this terrific 3-point shooter. In the first 2 seasons, he was not in it. So I think they traded him, I believe. Or they let him go in free agency. And I ain't heard much about that guy since. So there are plenty of worse players than Kyle Kuzma. You just really got to look that up. There are worse players than Kyle Kuzma.
like, Andre Jackson, I think people were overhyping him at one point, but at this point, give me him over Kuzma. At least he's shooting 40% from 3 on the year. He barely takes some, but heck, Kuzma basically only takes wide open threes, and even still, he went 205, so it'll probably go up to like 29% now. But still, he's still below 30% from 3.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm
I'm
wearing,
surprised.
I've had since boot camp.
Hold on, let me upload pause this. Giannis ain't that greatest at 3-point shooting, or the greatest at free throw shooting. I'm surprised you didn't get on him. It's like pick and choose your battles, buddy. Pick and choose your battles.
Andre Jackson's at 40%. Andre Jackson can actually make reads and open passes.
Duh.
And he's better defensively than Kuzma, who just gets lost every game and lets guys go by him for layups. And so, at the end of the day,
Well, he
with
did.
Giannis and Dame,
Well, Kuzma did get 1 block, so you gotta give him credit for that. He did have 1 block yesterday.
I'm still going to hold on to a chance, but like our chances, I do think we're going to win a first round series. I think we're better than the Pacers. I think that, like we're probably too much for the Pacers. I think we're probably too much for the Pistons. But then against those other top 3 teams, I think we do have a chance, but it hinges on injuries. It hinges heavily on injuries. Like, we need to play injured teams. We can't beat the Cavs if they're fully healthy. I don't think we can beat the Celtics if they're fully healthy. I don't think we can beat the Knicks if they're fully healthy. But I think we have a chance if, like...
I will stop you there. There's times that, the Bucks were in the 3rd seed, and I know I jinxed myself with this because last season it didn't work out because they lost to the first round in Miami. But then again, with injuries and stuff like that happen, and Indiana Pacers had the easiest way to get to the Eastern Conference Finals last season. And I think this year is not going to be that simple for the Pacers. If we end up facing them and then we end up getting upset by them again, I don't think this is going to happen this time. And I think, I think Giannis is going to be a little bit better. Oh, I didn't even realize that. They only played Damian Lillard like 29 minutes. Oh, yeah, they played Giannis in there longer because of triple-double. That's probably what it was. Never mind. And this damn game that's on, they showing like highlights. Damn it, y'all couldn't even stop the Pacers. Minnesota. My second favorite team, but they just couldn't do it. You only have one job. Moving on.
We played the Cavs and Mobley's out. Mobley was out tonight, and the Cavs lost their first game in like 20 games. If the Celtics have like Holiday and Porzingis out, I think we could beat them. If like the Knicks have Brunson out still, we could beat them. But boy, that's what we're hoping for at this point. It could have happened. The Celtics had a run to the finals last year. If we have the Celtics last year's run, we could make the finals. So I'm not giving up on this team. I'm just saying, like, we need luck to really go our way this season. And the reason for that is organizational issues from the top. Like, it started with the Doc Rivers move, and the Kyle Kuzma move was just another absolute disaster.
He said Kyle Kuzma again. Okay, from this point on, every time I do like a video on him when the Bucks lose, every time he said Kyle Kuzma, I'm gonna take a drink. So I'm going to start it right now. I know you said it a few more times earlier, but this is water, so I'm probably just more likely just going to take a drink. So moving on.
Move, and yeah, it's just about as bad as a team could be around Giannis and Dame. This is as bad as a Giannis and Dame team could ever be, to where like you'll beat good teams some nights when things are going. You'll never beat elite teams when they're fully healthy, and yeah, but you're just gonna be above 500 because you have Giannis and Dame. But like having a season of Giannis and Dame almost healthy the entire year, the crazy thing is we've been one of the healthiest teams in the NBA this season. Because like every loss, like a Bucks fan.
Bull crap. Bull crap. We had not been one of the healthiest teams in the NBA. That's bull crap. If there's any indication that the healthiest team in the NBA would probably be most likely would be the Thunder. Because they had like, one guy that was out and everybody else was still going. So I call bullcrap on that. Cause has Shea Gilgeous-Alexander been out of the game? No. The only like players that were out of the game besides Lujan Dort, I'm sorry if I got his name wrong, was none other than Isaiah Hartenstein and Shep Hogan. They've been out some games. Like the same thing, Giannis been out some games because of the calf. Damian Lillard has been out. I think it was because of strain in his ankle or something like that. When we had Chris Middleton, he was out for most of the season that he played for us, and still seemed like they didn't trust him much on back to backs. Probably can blame the doctors on that. Gary Trent Jr. was out. Jericho Sims is dealing with an injury, but he's playing through it. He's probably going to wait till like when the either they Bucks make it to the championship or they get like beat somewhere in the playoffs. I think at that time he's going to double check it and probably going to get surgery on his thumb. But right now he's not doing too bad with it. But I just wish Doc would like give him more minutes. More quicker than Brook Lopez. And plus a 6'10" guy that Giannis can feed off of, Kai can get him alive. It's just like with the Jericho Sims and Kevin Porter Jr. connection. So, that's actually, working. Although it didn't work yesterday, but it was working.
Bucks fan will be like, we were out Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis has his faults. He's not that good on defense. Whatever. But he provides scoring and he provides rebounds. Maybe there's some boneheaded plays that he does, like, he's trying to take it for himself and not pass it to a teammate. Yeah. Some of us did call him out on that. But don't make it seem like Bobby Portis, because he got like two flaws, that he's like the worst player in the world. Like, come on.
Maybe that'll be the difference. Bobby Portis. It's like, all right, we've lost 4 out of our last 6 games. Our 2 wins. One of them were against the Lakers.
We're 10-5 right now since the All-Star break. Give me a break. I gotta understand we was like in the 500 mark. We lost we're won 7 games and 7 losses or whatever the case may be. I can understand that, but we're 10-5 since the All-Star break. It's going in the right direction. It's just certain teams. You can't just underestimate certain teams because any team could be good at any given night. Although, we want to cheer for our hometown team and say they can beat anybody. But anybody can be good on any game. It doesn't matter, like, if some people are like out of their or like rosters, whatever, but or down with some of their rosters. And sad thing for Dallas, they may have to forfeit their games because they're running out of rosters and their salary cap is not that good, so they can't bring in another player. So yeah, it sucks for Dallas, and it's like some teams have it bad, and there's some teams that have it decent, and there's some teams that had it good. We're the team that have it decent, and it's not like that horrible. But then again, he was one of the many people that was parading when the Bucks won the NBA Cup this season. I don't know. It's just two people getting in a panic when it's a season. When it's the playoffs, it's a different story.
Without LeBron, James, Jackson Hayes, and I think one other player, I might be blanking. I'm blanking, but I don't know. Either way, LeBron and Jackson Hayes, their starting center. Tonight, we lost to the Thunder without their second best player, All-Star, and their best defender in Lou Dort. And it's like, we've actually had Giannis healthy for the vast majority of the season. We've had Damian Lillard healthy for almost the entire season. Like, Torian Prince, like the vast majority of our rotation's been healthy this year, and we're still 38-29. God dang. And like, I'm still gonna get hyped and excited on nights where, Torian Prince steps up and, Giannis dominates and Dame has a good game, like against the Pacers the other night. And I'm not gonna like completely give hope on this team because there's Giannis and Dame,
but you're getting there. That's the thing. You're getting there. We know it's close to the end of this season, and we're all hyping about it. We all like, I won't say everybody, but most of us love basketball as a whole. That's why one of the reasons I'll talk about it on this channel. Maybe I'll talk about it more than other things, but we love basketball. I know not everybody that will watch this probably gonna love basketball. They probably gonna end up skipping this segment and stuff like that, and probably just get to the wrestling stuff and comic book stuff, or wherever else we're gonna talk about. So I'm fine with that, because in basketball or wrestling or comic books or developments like in the city that I talk about on this channel, some people ain't gonna care about that, and that's their right. It's like, I'm not gonna be like judgmental on people like, we had to have this go our way. We had to have this go our way because we got the two of the 75 top players in the NBA. It's just like I just said. Any team could be good on any given night. You never know.
But like, god dang, have they done so much to make these chances low, man. The thing is, like, if they just got Jericho Sims and Kevin Porter Jr., like, this is a good stinking roster. After what Doc Rivers makes it look like, but, like, especially if they didn't get Kuzma over here, I meant, like, Damian Lillard, Chris Middleton, Torian Prince, Giannis, Brook Lopez, very...
He said Kuzma again. And like I just brought up, he mentioned Chris Middleton. He can never just get Chris Middleton out of his mind. I understand that's your favorite player, and that got you like to the Bucks, but he's on a different team. Old news. Move on. If you're like supportive of this team, move on. If you want to do something separate for like Chris Middleton, do that on a different segment, or do that on one of your other channels. Do that.
Very shaky. He was a pile of dog meat garbage tonight. But Brokeback Mountain, Bobby Portis off the bench, and Jericho Sims a defensive option. Gary Trent Jr., a great shooter. AJ Green, a great shooter. Kevin Porter Jr., like, there's a lot of guys that can give you stuff. And then Andre Jackson could give you energy minutes. Ryan Rollins could step out there and be decent. Like, this is a pretty good roster, given how much money is spent on Giannis and Dame. It's just the Doc Rivers hiring and the Chris Middleton trade, and those are just such catastrophes.
Maybe I should do that too. Every time he's mentioned Kyle Kuzma or Chris Middleton, I should like take a drink. Not like a drink because I've been not drinking alcohol for like let's see. Let's see 2011, 2021. For 14 years. Yeah. I've been sober for almost 14 years this July. I mean, like, because I got my non-alcoholic stuff put up. I'm not going to touch it today. I may drink it either tomorrow or Wednesday or whenever next time, I'm relaxing and see like a Bucks game or something like that. But if you can't, like, I do a Chris Middleton watch every time I talk about, the Bucks game. And I didn't do it earlier because, the game was still going on. And I don't even think we had that much time. We just stuck on talk about basketball for like almost an hour. Oh, exactly an hour. No, almost an hour on the pre-recorded episode. But almost an hour. We was talking about basketball. Now, I know some people, get sick and tired of it and me going on for an hour. But that just shows my passion for basketball. The only organization I hate is the Los Angeles Lakers. But I respect some of their players, and I'm a big LeBron James fan, and when LeBron James does do something wrong, or say something wrong, or whatever the case may be, I call him out for it. I do think he is a prima donna. I do admit that, but he is a very good player. I can say the same thing for like Kobe Bryant. I can't stand Kobe Bryant, but he is a good basketball player. I can say that. So, if you trying to vouch this much for your favorite player, this much, just dedicate a channel for him. Just do like another channel and just dedicate your channel to like the Chris Middleton channel or something like that. Cause you tip riding on Chris Middleton, who is not there anymore, and it ain't that much better than Kyle Kuzma. So we're gonna look at his numbers in a minute. Then we're gonna go talk about some wrestling stuff. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and get that done quickly. So I apologize, but yeah, he's on another level.
Fees to where, boy, Chef Boyardee is this tough. But overall, Brokeback Mountain disaster class. Kuzma just being Kyle Kuzma.
He said it twice, so. If the Bucks lose to the Warriors tomorrow, he's still going to blame Kyle Kuzma and Doc Rivers in the front office. Oh my God! If you've been with the Bucks for all these years, especially you've seen, well, like I said, I was like a tiny kid in the 80s, and I saw, and I read up on it, like how great they were in the 80s. Could have been opportunities. I think at one point they was in the conference finals, but didn't win it. I think they lost to probably either Boston or Chicago for the conference finals. I'm not sure. But if you've been around with the 90s, which was an up and down decade, and with the 2000s, that was an up and down year, and especially in the 2010s, been an up and down year. At one point, the year they ended up getting Giannis, they were the worst team in the NBA, and they had the worst record in franchise history with only 15 wins. So, if you ain't figured that out, if you ain't with the team all those time and know your history about the Milwaukee Bucks, because there's still history that I still need to learn. I need to learn about more of the years with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar before he complained and want to get traded. So there's years I need to learn about that. There's still things I still need to learn about, the Bucks. And for some of these younger generation looking at the talent now, I'm not saying that the game should change or anything like that. Besides a lot of players like hitting a lot of threes like they something like that. Then I know with the 2000 eras, everybody try to be no, in the 90s everybody was trying to be like Jordan. They can score all the time. Then you got the 2000s, everybody trying to be like Kobe and things like that. But you don't have that many people being like LeBron James because they talk about like one thing he does wrong and talk about everything he does wrong and stuff like that, which is very true to a certain point. But still, if you ain't with the Bucks, wherever they made moves, bad moves or not, like some of us real Bucks fans have, that's why I got a real Milwaukee Bucks fans page. So if y'all get a chance, check it out on Facebook. So look for real Milwaukee Bucks fans and check that out. But if you can be passionate, but you gotta get the facts straight. And really, if you've been with the Bucks all that downtime ever since their existence in 1968, then who the hell are you? A fan weather fan, or you just a straight like one person player fan? Like I said, I'm a big LeBron James fan, and I can call him all for his faults because some of his faults is true. But I'm not gonna put my favorite player, but although LeBron James is not, I'm a fan, but he's not. He's probably in my top 10, but he's not my favorite player. Like, my favorite player right now is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not always gonna put him on the pedestal. There are some things I'm gonna call out on him too. So not every NBA player is perfect, and it seems like with Barrett, an NBA player has to be so good that they can't do no wrong, and he don't even see that with Chris Middleton, with his injuries, and thinking he was the best second option on the in any NBA team or the best first option, which is not true.
And the last thing, started to see some like Giannis hate in my chat. Be like, does Giannis make other players better? It's like, he's a forward/center. Why? That's not even his job, really. And it's just the thing that we're missing a guy that could get him easy looks, which is always pretty much for every power forward/center in NBA history. It's been like accepted. Yeah, you need somebody to get him the ball. And Dame's a great scorer, but he's not like necessarily a great lob passer the way Mitty was. Like, he doesn't really have that.
Leave Chris Middleton out of this. For the love of God, leave him out of this.
So it's not really on Giannis. And the other problem is when he gets the ball like in the post, he's getting doubled and tripled. And the problem is he don't even have a guy that can hit a wide open kick out three because Kyle Kuzma's bricking. He hit you at the.
Yeah, he said it again. See, that's going to be a new game for me. Every time he mentions something bad or about Kyle Kuzma or just mention Kyle Kuzma or Chris Middleton, I'm going to do a drinking game. So, you're probably going to see the next time, like, let's just say if the Bucks lose tomorrow. They lose to Golden State. And he's going to blame, Kyle Kuzma and thinking, oh, they wish they would have kept Chris Middleton. I probably will end up doing a shot of a non-alcoholic drink. So, if y'all want to do it too, y'all can play along. But probably next time he'll probably will complain something. I probably will do it on the Wednesday. I ain't gonna do it tomorrow. I probably will do that. The next video will be on the Wednesday just to do that, just to prove a point. Stop tip riding Middleton.
At the very end to make his numbers look a little bit better, but like generally speaking, he bricks wide open catch and shoot threes, and that's it.
Something that he can work out over the summer. Like I said, he probably wasn't like this back then when he was like with the Lakers and a little bit part of with the Wizards, but he's still on the young side. He's 29. some people don't hit their prime some people don't hit their prime until they 30. So there's still some growing up that he needs to do. And he's round like some the correct talent to help him get that way. Maybe he can work out with Giannis over the summer, and Giannis can teach him to not be the way he was. And what the hell was Aaron Gordon was trying to do? Trying to give himself alive and didn't even go that way. But anyways.
The issue. Like, you can't put it on Giannis so much when they're doubling and tripling him because they're throwing out lineups with stinking Kyle Kuzma out there and pretty much the entire.
I'm gonna get hold of him about this too. That I'm gonna do this. He probably gonna mention me too. Like Kyle Kuzma, Kyle Kuzma, Kyle Kuzma, Chris Middleton, Chris Middleton.
Entire game he's playing with Brook Lopez, who takes forever to get his shot off, and all.
He got some points right there about Brook. I'll give him that. It's just like I was saying, like Brook is now getting a little bit older. Like there's some games he's gonna be good, and there's some games he's gonna be bad. But I think we can't stick with a 7-footer that can't run. Well, they can't catch up with the defense. So we do need a younger center. So hopefully with their second round pick, they'll find somebody out of the ordinary and draft that person. Because with the Wizards trade, I think we got the 2026 second round pick, and I think we got the 2028 second round pick. Because we gave the Wizards our 2028 swap with the Blazers. So for all that, we got the 2028 second round pick. And this year's second round pick. I thought it was the 2026, but it wasn't. So, they still got that pick, and I think that's the final swap they got to deal with the Pelicans. So, they'll be off of that after next season. So they'll be done with the Pelicans. Wait a minute. The Pelicans got their pick this year. And next year they got a swap. And I think after that, they start with Portland. So they start with, the Portland deal for Damian Lillard.
Also, Kyle Kuzma, or he's putting with Jericho Sims, who.
I'm running out of water. I'm running out of water. Please don't say Kyle Kuzma again because I can't even do it. I can't do it. Okay, I got a little bit of my other flavored water drink. So I do got that. So please don't say Kyle Kuzma again.
Who's, pretty good, nice pick, great pickup, but no spacing for Giannis for a team that's just able to double and triple. And so, overall, this team has some pieces. We still got Gare, there's some stuff. Torian Prince I still like, but boy.
Weren't you complaining about Torian Prince a while back? Now he's a great player now. He's a great player. Everybody been saying that since he was on the roster with the Bucks. Why do you think they got him? Because how he plays. Although, his 3-point shooting wasn't that good yesterday, but 3 of 6 from the field is still not that bad. And he probably tied for the lowest plus minus on the team with minus 15 along with Dame. You just gotta really look at other things that's going on, not just scoring. He had 2 steals. Yeah, he had 2 steals yesterday. And the game before with the Pacers, he had 5, a career high. everybody knew how good Torian Prince was going to be. It's just sad that it took you this long just to see it.
Boys, it's a frustrating squad. Let me know what y'all think. Drop a
No, you're just a frustrated person. That's mainly what it is. So before you know I hear these pop-ups, so I really gotta stop that. So I'm gonna comment on here. I'm gonna comment like every time you hate and say Kyle Kuzma or Chris Middleton, for the midi-sexuals, oops, I'm gonna do a drinking game that doesn't involves ALCOHOL. That doesn't involve alcohol. Every time the Bucks lose. So, enough of that. And I know it's been like over an hour, and I know we didn't talk about liquor wrestling, but we're going to get to that right now. And I still didn't forget to answer that question, although he's probably like went offline by now. But I'm still going to get to that question. So that's going to be right after I talk about Sacrifice this past Friday. So we're going to get on that. But let me know what y'all think. Like, I am going to start that drinking game every time, the Bucks lose, and he always blaming on Kyle Kuzma. So I'm going to do that every time. But I may like just watch them videos and stuff. But every time they lose, I'm going to do a video while I'm watching it and, talk about it. So it's going to be an interesting drinking game. If y'all want to play along with real alcohol, y'all can. But, I've been sober for almost 14 years, and I tended to keep it that way. So I got my non-alcoholic beer, and I got my White Claw. Yeah, White Claw. That's non-alcoholic. And, yeah. And just go from there. But anyways, let's talk about TNA Sacrifice this past Friday. The heel turn all over the world, and it wasn't bigger than John Cena's, but it was like it was unexpected. Just put it that way. Okay, you got First Class versus Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. With First Class shenanigans, they cheated to win. So, not surprising on that one. Okay. The crazy thing, they only had one match on the pre-show, which, don't turn to WWE now. Don't just do one match and just talk about like the whole card or anything like that. That's not good. 2 would have been fine. 3 would have been way better. I don't know. I know y'all got to deal with WWE and stuff like that. Please don't turn to WWE. Don't do that. Be your own thing. But I'm not going to get on y'all because it would have been cool if y'all stuck with the 6-sided ring. Well, 8-sided ring, I believe. 8 or 6. I think it was... No, 8-sided ring. I'm sorry. Wait. thing is that y'all comment below. Y'all, if I'm wrong about is it a 6-sided ring or is it an 8-sided ring? So I forgot what TNA used to have. So if it's 6 or 8, come on, correct me on the comments. But where the 8-sided ring, it would have been good to see that back. But a lot of wrestlers had issues with it because it's more painful than a regular 4-sided ring. But you know what? You gotta respect, the wrestlers in their wherever it feels makes them feel comfortable. So can't give them blame on that. Okay, first match. The street fight with Sami Callihan and Mance Warder, which was a very good one. And you got Steph DeLander interfering in the match threw some powder at Sami Callihan's face where it looked like he was about to win. Mance Warder calculated and beat him with the 1, 2, 3. So Mance Warder did get the win. Now I kind of figured that because I don't think they will want him to I think this is his very first pay-per-view match with TNA. So I don't think they wanted him to lose. So it makes sense. So anyways, a lot of people booed this next match. Not like booed Zhang Lee or anything like that, but Tessa Blanchard and I think the woman that she was with was a local artist. I think she was a local rap artist from there, and they didn't boo her. They booed Tessa Blanchard and what she was wearing. So yeah, Tessa Blanchard versus Li Yang Lee, which Li Yang Lee's was Undisputed was on the line, and unfortunately they both had a good showing, but yeah, Tessa Blanchard did win. So I think I was wrong about this match because did I pick Tessa Blanchard? I probably did, but yeah, I've just forgotten in mind that Lei Yang Lee did have like a undefeated streak going on since her debut. It's like, what are you doing? Leave that alone. Hold on, y'all. I've got to pick out the other dog. Come on, come here. You gotta learn how to stay still. Come on. You always constantly moving. Now relax. You see your stepsister and stepmama relax, you gotta relax too. And then probably people think I'm going crazy. Anyways, 6-man tag. You got Wes, Tyson, and Tyreek going against from NXT, going against the Rascals and Ace Austin. So you might as well say they did kind of ended the feud, and I did predicted that the Rascals and Ace Austin was going to win this match, which probably would have made sense, and they did win the match. So yeah, I don't know if Wes Lee is going to move on from this or wherever the case may be. We don't know, but I think it's good for the Rascal and Ace Austin to move on for bigger things. Maybe Ace Austin will go for the X Division title, or the Rascals will go for the tag titles. God, who has the? Oh yeah, the Hardys. Oh yeah, they already did challenge them. So I don't know what's next for the Rascals and Ace Austin. I don't know. Maybe they'll end up inventing a 6-man tag belt or something. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. You got Frankie Kazarian versus Steve Macklin. Eric Young was in there, and although Steve Macklin didn't want Eric Young to be there, he said he can do it himself. And I did I think I said Kazarian needed. No, I didn't, because I said Kazarian didn't need to win this since he still got the trophy to call his shot for the TNA title. which most likely is going to be against Joe Hendry, but it's just going to be a matter of when. Cause I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be Rebellion. I think it's going to be somewhere in Slammiversary. So I think that's probably what is going to happen. But that's just my guess. Maybe a spoiler, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, Eric Young hit Kazarian with the brass knuckles. Steve Macklin didn't see it, but he did took the opportunity to grab Kazarian, did his finishing move, and oh yeah, it's called the KIA, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they did have the exclusive. This was like after the pay per view. Okay, yeah, Steve Macklin wasn't happy with Eric Young's interference. And probably if y'all saw like this past Thursday on Impact that Eric Young says, like they still good friends but Steve Macklin want to do it on his own, and Eric Young said, I got your back no matter what. So this was one of them. Yeah, this match I was right about it, but I didn't explain the whole thing because I didn't pay attention to it. It says no TNA Knockouts World Tag Championship 2-on-3, so I didn't know the personal concierge was on there, and I thought I wasn't in shape. But I guess if you can do it and be out of shape, he actually wasn't that bad, which was pretty shocking. Yeah, he wasn't that bad. But just some of the things he was doing is like, no. Maybe, doing the wrestling move and talking will work for you, but not all the dancing. No, it didn't. And I did pick on, Hash and Eder to win this match, and they did. So they're the new Knockouts Tag Champs. I don't think it was like Spitfire's time to, lose the tag titles. Like the feud probably would have gone on a little bit longer, which is probably still will because, Spitfire may end up going for their rematch. Could be as soon as this Thursday, or it could be next week. Who knows? But yeah, it was a good match, and yeah, the outfits that Ash and Heather by Elegance were wearing, it was just something else. But yeah, as y'all probably would see, like how the the concierge was wearing like a tie and some trunks where were like kind of like shorts, shorts, not like shorts, but like just shorts. But yeah, as you can tell, they celebrated and all that stuff. So, wait, since he was in that match, does that make him a Knockouts Tag Champion as well? Like the New Day, you're gonna have two people defend it, but it's like they all in like one group. And oh yeah, speaking of which, you got Jakara and Last Legend from Metaphor. I don't even know if there's such thing as a Metaphor anymore because you don't even you see Aura. I did just watch before I was on here. I saw WWE Evolve, and they have Maxa Ofor on Evolve, and God, what's his name? The dude that was leading the Metaphor. I can't remember his name because he's been gone for all this time, and he always said he loves Alicia Fox. I can't believe I forgot his name. But it's like, where he's been? Like, he hasn't been around for a long time. And like, what's going on with him? What's his story? And WWE hasn't said a word, so we don't know what's going on. But Jakara and Lash, look like they're probably gonna be next in line for challenging for the NXT, not NXT, but TNA Tag Champs. Yeah, they need to bring back the NXT Women's Tag Titles instead of having everybody trying to go like an NXT or something like that. It was kind of stupid for that combination, but that was the old regime's fault for that. So whatever. Um, no, no, everybody hated the old regime, so I was hating them to a certain point. They had some good moments, and but when time goes on, just didn't evolve with the time, so it was just kind of stupid. And you saw like WWE was on their dark period, which I don't know. I would say that now for AEW, but like last year was like AEW's dark path. I don't. I wouldn't say they fully out of it, but they're not because they can't develop a star that's like an original star. They're already taken from ex WWE guys. If they take like guys from like TNA that don't want to wrestle for them anymore, and actually that hasn't won a world title. That's one thing. That's the same thing I was saying about TNA. They take like WWE guys that hasn't like won the world title, they can make them as stars. But some people will go for it, some people won't. Anyways, Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali. It's like of course, Santana was saying that he been sober for like I think it was like 5 years or something like that. So they doing this thing, with Mustafa Ali, like trying to make Mike Santana make a drink and have him do like a urine sample and stuff. A couple of weeks ago, it was just insane, and I like when he did urine in his coffee cup. So that was a good one. I did like what Santana did the tribute to Eddie Guerrero. With Laurel Rider coming in, so that was a good one. So I was thinking he was going to win, and I think I may have been wrong. I may have been right. So y'all get an opportunity to look at the WFSO preview TNA Sacrifice. It probably was on like early Friday or late this past Thursday. So you get a chance, check that out. See if I was right or wrong. I could never like think about this, but then again, they claim his old age, but I've been losing my memory since I was a kid, so could be a mental thing. But anyways, yeah, I did like the tribute with to Eddie Guerrero. That was good. But then again, Mustafa Ali having a lot of people involved, especially with the Good Hands and Tasha Steelz were getting involved, and I did not. I know I'm going to sound wrong, and good thing my wife is not listening right now. But I didn't know Tasha Steelz have a rack like that. It's actually a good rack, but perfect along. Anyways, yeah, Ali, stole the victory. Yeah, okay, he did roll him up in the hands on the ropes. I know he had something to do with it on the ropes. It's just, memories kind of fizzle. So yeah, so Mike Santana with his first loss since his return as I think it's his first loss since his return to TNA. So yeah, and I don't know if I was right, but I think like they probably ain't gonna let Mustafa Ali like lose a match and he just rejoined the TNA. Yeah, and yeah, I knew I predicted. I wouldn't say I predicted wrong with this match, but I was thinking that Cora Jade, since the injury she suffered on NXT, I thought she wasn't gonna be able to compete, but it seems like she did, and she did okay. No complaints, and like I said, good match by the way. But Master Slamvis did retain the TNA Knockouts World Championship, so good match overall. Let's see. Then okay, I thought she was going to be having a challenger, but we'll just see what's next on Master Slamvis. Will Cora Jade go for a rematch? Who knows? Their next big event is the Unthinkable, which was a pay-per-view they had in the past. But then again, I wasn't catching up with TNA until 2007, 2008, I believe. But yeah, it was like one of their big pay-per-views for the beginning, and they just stuck with it. But this match, yeah, I was right about that too because But they did mention that this probably was the only title in TNA that Jeff Hardy did not get the win. And it would have made sense if Jeff Hardy would have won, but he didn't. Which, I wouldn't say it totally sucks, but then again, still with TNA, you never know. Maybe you get a rematch and he'll probably win it. Who knows? But I think they still got the rule for the X Division title. He's going to keep it and probably going to turn it into like option C, and then probably going to end up, turning in his X Division title and do it for like a championship match. So that's a possibility. Good match. Alyssa Edwards did interfere, and Jeff did what he could, but he did do the twist of fate on her, which I thought was very good. Like I said, overall good match, and Moose speared him through the table. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, not 1, 2, 3. It wasn't no pinfall. Moose went up and got went up the ladder and ended up grabbing the X Division title, so he retained. But we need an Obafemi and Moose match again for the X Division title. Not saying, Obafemi is going to win it, but that would be a good match. If it was good, then what you saw on Roadblock last week, the match is going to be like that much better if they go at it again. But that's just my take on it. So anyways, okay, let's talk about that. First Class had their penthouse and blah 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 blah, and the Aztec Warriors interrupted them and talk about how they cheated in the match and stuff like that. But before that, it was like the First Class, both AJ Francis and Casey Navarro, got his name right. I said it like a different name on the preview. So AJ Francis and Casey Navarro, they was trying to whoop up each other. It was like, since we won our match, when you go to TNA shop and buy our new T-shirt, you would get 15% off when you put the name AJ Francis, or KZ Navarro said the same thing. Put KC on there and you get like a 15% off and some stuff like that. And plus, promoting their new record label, I guess. And Aztec Warriors, had like a little bit of run-ins with them. Told them like they was cheating and all that stuff, and they authorities did stop them before it got like too much. But then again, they were doing all that while trying to set up the steel cage, which I can understand. Like certain buildings, you probably won't be able to do a steel cage just on like small arenas like that, but you gotta put it up by putting it up like the norm. Not gonna say the normal way, but the unusual way. Just put it like that. Yep. Steel cage match. The main event. System of Cologne versus Joe Hendry, Elijah, Matt Hardy, Ian Slater, and Nick Mammoth. So, of course, we'll talk about the heel turn of them all so far, but in TNA. I'm not going to say that's the biggest heel turn overall, but I'll get to it in a second. So, it was Elijah and Eddie Edwards started first. Then, start with, on like the system side and the clones, like Brian Myers, then Nick Mammoth, then so on and so on and so on. I cannot believe they call themselves Orlando and Eddie. I thought it was Primo and Epico, but then again, that's probably was a made up name too, so whatever. Of course, Joe Hendry was, the final entry, and all weapons and all that stuff. It was no disqualifications anyway. So some of the weapons they brought, I thought were very interesting, and kind of glad it did. But it's really Joe Hendry's team looked like they really really dominated. But you gotta feel bad for JDC. Like he got beat up by like everybody towards the end of the match. Everybody was beating up on JDC. Matt Hardy ended up doing the twist of fate on him with a steel chair and ended up pinning JDC for the victory. So yeah, Joe Henry's team won, and they all celebrated. Some of them they got out there. Then you saw Ryan Nemeth got like in the cage, whatever, and Matt and Nick was still celebrating. Then you I didn't put two and two together until they was like, what the, like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So yeah, Nick Nemeth ended up attacking Matt Hardy, and yeah, Ryan Nemeth of course locked the cage, and they start attacking him, and the rest of the team like Elijah, Joe Hendry, and Leon Slater was trying to go in and help Matt Hardy. They couldn't because Nick Nemeth was constantly like hitting the cage in the chair so they won't get to climb up. So they tried and just couldn't get nowhere with it. Yeah, it was so bad they made Matt Hardy busted open on his head, and that was it. But they did show like the rest of the guys, help Matt Hardy up after the show. So yeah, and that's how it ended. So, well, you knew we was gonna be something with Ryan Nemeth, but you didn't think Nick Nemeth was gonna be like a part of it or anything like that. I think that's what we didn't think, but maybe we will see, at Rebellion, maybe a brother versus brother. Maybe that'd be the case, maybe. So, you have a lot of brothers versus brother going on. You got the Usos was going against each other, and I think that was WrestleMania. Yeah, last year's WrestleMania. And you have, the Hardys went against each other, brother versus brother. They have been on numerous times, but one of the big ones was WrestleMania 25. There was some instance in TNA as well that they went against each other. So yeah, then you got the Undertaker and Kane, but they supposed to be so-called brothers. But point is, they have a lot of brother versus brother matches. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Or they have like a cousin versus cousin match. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. So it just depends how they build the dynamic of the feud. What makes it sweeter, which for each of them they have. But it would have been good to see like Nick Nemeth go against Ryan Nemeth. It would have been good to see, but they team it up and it's not going to go that way. So that sucks. Excuse me. How can I gotta grade it and rate it overall. So, what is my grade and what is my rating? I thought the steel cage match was phenomenal. I was thinking that I just said it was gonna be a tie between the steel cage match and the X Division match was gonna be the highlight of the night. But really, the match that was highlight of the night, in my opinion, was no other than the no. Although y'all gonna shoot me in the mouth for this, but most likely I think the match of the night was this is a tie between the Knockouts tag team titles for the women, and for the men it would have been the 6-man tag. So it's a tie between those two to be match of the night. But rating it and grading it, I would say B plus. I would grade it a B plus. And normally I wouldn't go that low on TNA, but I think with the pre-show, because normally they have like 2 to 3 matches, something like that. So that's why I gave it like a B plus. And the reason I'm gonna give the rating of it a 8 out of 10. Because at least if you would have if you would have had 2 pre-show matches, it would have been up. If you would have had 3, it would have been like perfect. It would have been straight up 10 and straight up A plus, but B plus and the 8. So those are my rating for it, and that's where we're gonna go on from it. So before we go on to talk about some WWE news, y'all see that right there, and I promise I'm going to answer this for you right now. So it was said earlier that what are our thoughts on the Cena heel turn, and do you think he'll go back to his Thugonomics gimmick? If you guys saw Monday Night Raw, because I know beforehand, everybody was expecting maybe he'll do something different, or maybe he'll be like a Dr. Thugonomics heel, like he was in the past, or yeah, some people was calling on maybe he will shave his head. So yeah, it was just a lot of theories and stuff like that out there. Some of them are crazy though, but he, if y'all didn't see Raw, you can watch the replay on Netflix, or y'all probably will go to like a legal way to try to watch shows. But I can't get mad at them for that because there's times I do that too. So, anyways, y'all, if y'all saw my thoughts about Cena like turning heel, if y'all saw Aftermath maybe like a week or two ago, I said this, and this is what I said. It's not. I'm not like fully like gonna turn on him because he turned heel. Like he's still my favorite wrestler of all time, in my opinion. And like I said, It's just like a wait and see. So I couldn't fully judge it, but it's just like, and then you think about it. The story does have to make sense because somebody did point it out. I don't know who pointed it out, but this was in the group. Somebody pointed out, one of them did have to be healed. They said they was thinking the face versus face would not work. Like with the Cena and The Rock, that worked because everybody loved The Rock, but then you got your 50-50 when it came to Cena and like Cena fans and Cena haters. So it came in between that, so that worked. It like any matches you have a face versus face, like it just all depends on the wrestler's attitude, how they are, and how they present the feud. That's all depends. You can have a heel versus heel or a face versus face. Ain't that many heels versus heels, but there needs to be. But okay, like he came out in a new T-shirt, new hat, new armbands and stuff like that, and you're thinking you're gonna get the maybe the heel persona and stuff like that. You kind of did, but you kind of didn't. Like, I love the gear, and I like on the patch it says "Rise above hate," so I do love that. So I guess that's what he was trying to do. Most of the time that he was on that segment on Raw, it was like about 20 minutes until Cody Rhodes ended up going in there. So yeah, you hear your boos and stuff. You have people saying, "F you, Cena," or then half of the people saying, "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks." It's just like old times, while I try to defend him and saying that like y'all hate the man so much, he's already a heel. So he pointed out and turned the tables on the fans and like, I'm not a heel. I'm not a babyface. I'm just a human being. So, and I'm glad he played it off, like I did this for y'all and y'all don't respect me. Yeah, yes and no. Because when you like made your return from a long time, doing movies and whatever, people cheer for you. And they also notice that you put other people over. And I guess, what our Mike has said, they should have done it sooner than do it now. Which I do agree, they should have done it sooner than do it right now. But then again, you understand that the story they go through, I guess they believe that, Cody Rhodes or John Cena had to go heel. So it wasn't Cody because Cody turned it down. Backstage politics, but I don't know if that's true. So, keep that to the grain of salt. But The Rock did approach Cody about it backstage, and Cody said no. So, I guess they went with John Cena about it and go for what. But then again, you probably heard, all the backstage talk and stuff like that. So, I'll just say, just take it to the grain of salt. It may not be true, or it may be something, maybe Triple H, Rock, and Cena may come up with, whatever, what, BS they talking about. But this could have been planned, since maybe since Cena announced, his farewell tour. So that's a possibility. But overall, I like that he told people like you get no new gimmick, no new music because you don't deserve it. But I'm still going to buy that T-shirt anyway because I thought that T-shirt. But then again, I gotta wait till the one when they have it in America. But that was the one when they was in they was in Italy today. They was in Italy. So I think that was like a Pacific shirt for people in Italy. They got the one they got to be on next week. They got that shirt out. I'll just wait for the one that be like America. I seriously doubt they're gonna have Milwaukee on there. But they prove if you have like a show with either John Cena or Roman Reigns here in Milwaukee, it will sell. So just put it that way. We had a lot of shows as of late, and we're expecting something big to happen this year for Milwaukee. So that's what brings me to this. I know people on the live can't see it, but guys watching the pre-recorded episode, y'all looking at it. WWE Survivor Series 2025 is expected to take place in San Diego, California, according to Wrestling 24. Then they said WWE Money in the Bank 2025 is expected to take place in UT Dome in Los Angeles. Claiming barely any international pay-per-views this year. So, I'll call BS on this. Survivor Series, I can believe, but they're not going to have like two big old events in California in the same year. They haven't done that before, and they're not going to do it now. Or maybe they have, and I probably missed it, but as far as I remember, they haven't done it, and they're not going to do it now. So they're not going to have like two PLE events in California. They're not going to do that. I know I was arguing with a friend, was just like they do have the money for it and stuff like that. If you don't realize what's going on in Milwaukee, we got a lot of things going on. We're up in line for a future Royal Rumble. So I know we probably going to end up getting that. Maybe a future SummerSlam. You never know. But I know we're up in the running for a Royal Rumble. It could have been next year, but the winterization of the American Family Field was not finished. It hasn't even started until after the Brewers season. So yeah, shame on them for giving people hopes that we're gonna winterize the marina. We're gonna start it this year, which you haven't. They was working on like the other stuff, like they tore out some of the seats. They did something in the Lowe's level, which is the second level. So they did something with those seats down there. And let's see, they added a couple more places, where you can eat at. I know last season they added the 3rd Street Market area, which y'all don't know what that is. The 3rd Street Market is in downtown Milwaukee. It's like an eatery. So it Grand Avenue was the mall, and they changed it to the Avenue and called it the 3rd Street Market. But we still got a few stores around there. We got Walgreens, TJ Maxx, Foot Locker. We got that, and recently who just came there maybe like a year or two ago was Kohl's. If y'all know that what Kohl's is like a clothing store and like other stuff. So it was people that wanted like stores like that around the area. So I'm glad Kohl's is down there. Although it's not bigger than the original one, but they kind of like size it down because of the space and area. And plus, I think it worked out better because like you don't want to have like too much stuff and all that, and you want to see how you do like in the smaller area. So yeah, I think they did pretty good. And I think I only went there twice, so I need to go there more. But anyways, I call BS because if y'all saw that, let's see, let me bring this up. I didn't even update it, so take that away. Put that up. Anyways, go to Google. And let's bring that up. So anyways, my point is that there's no way that they're gonna decide, oh, we just gonna put California on Money in the Bank, where Milwaukee had put a bid on it since the fall. So, and I talked to people in Sports Milwaukee, and they say they don't have any news to share just yet. So they got something, but they didn't announce it just yet. So they're probably gonna wait till like maybe a couple of weeks or sometime in April to officially, announce Money in the Bank. We picked the dates and thinking it's gonna be either like in early June or July, since they did announce so they did announce what they announced, freaking Backlash, and that's confirmed to be in St. Louis, Missouri, which everybody thought about earlier in the like a few months ago, thinking it was going to be in Mexico City, Mexico, which WWE proved them wrong, and it ended up being in St. Louis. So, like I said, don't take some of these rumors about like dirt sheets and stuff like that to a grain of salt. Like I said, I don't even believe like the BS they talk about Money in the Bank is going to be in LA. I don't believe that. I know it's like a new venue or something like that. Like if they wanted to, they can put Survivor Series in LA instead of in San Diego. Not against San Diego, but I guess they're trying to have something new in the big in the new building, but they haven't done that in other buildings past. So it's like, why are they going to start now with having Survivor Series in San Diego and Money in the Bank in freaking LA? No. Like I said, if you've been around the news, the business news, and all the main circuits and stuff like that, even the mayor was hinting on something big WWE wise was going to happen here. But if it ain't Money in the Bank, it probably would be, we end up getting a Saturday night main event, maybe a NXT PLE, and Monday Night Raw. Something that Tampa Bay has gotten in May. So, they got Saturday night main events, then they got Battleground for the NXT, then they got Monday Night Raw. So, if we get something like that, I'm fine with that. But it'll be sweet to have it be Money in the Bank. I believe it's not going to be a 2-day event. I believe we probably gonna end up having SmackDown and having then the PLE Money in the Bank, and I seriously doubt that we end up having the NXT PLE event, which is still possible. They could have what was it, like Heat Wave or something like that? Yeah, their Heat Wave thing is June. Then they had the Great American Bash in July. So maybe we will have Money in the Bank in June. Then Heat Wave. Then have SmackDown before that. Because if y'all seen what WWE's been doing, like where they hold pay-per-views at the day before, they will have like a SmackDown, so they can do a deal like a 2-day event or 3-day event or whatever they decide to do. So they doing that. They've been doing that. I think I seen that done when they did it in Chicago for like SmackDown, then Survivor Series a year or two ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. But yeah, so I do gotta update this, and like I said, I'll call it bullcrap. I'm still gonna just put it up there, or San Diego. So I call BS on that. There were rules about the all women's PLE is going to happen in July. So that's possible. Maybe it's going to be. We heard that it's going to be in Connecticut. So we'll see. So what I can do here, and I can say Survivor Series. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I got it wrong. So let me just change this. San Diego was supposed to be Survivor Series, so then again, you got your LA people like your Vegas people thinking they should always come here and blah 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 and like forget these other states. Yeah, it's just like that. Like I don't hate everybody that's in LA, but it's just some people just don't try to take everything and give it to everybody in the states too. That's called like working together as a unit, which we do not have right now. And what the hell? Crap! It probably wasn't even fully charged. Yeah, 4%. Let me try to plug it again. I think did it went back to it? There we go. So resume the stream and like I said, guys, I apologize about that. That was just watching the live, so kind of blacked out for a minute. I don't know what happened, but it did. And I know we've been on for 2 hours, but we're almost done. I guess I end up having a lot to say, and that's just unexpected of me. So yeah. So we still got no Money in the Bank probably coming to Milwaukee or Los Angeles. Could be June. Evolution could be July. Then they will have Saturday Night Main Event, that big old weekend that they got in May will probably will happen in in June. Maybe they have a special event in Australia in July. That's a possibility. Or like I said, maybe they have an October event there. That's a possibility. So let me change the Survivor Series and put it to San Diego, CA, which I think is impossible. I can understand they having like 2 or 3 PLEs in the West Coast, then whatever. But I don't think they're gonna put like 2 PLEs in the same state, like their big one and their other big one like that. I don't see that happening. I haven't seen this happen for like a long time. So it's like one of those things, I'll believe it till I see it. Okay, yeah, I did. So like I said, right now for Money in the Bank, I call BS. I don't believe it, but if I see it, then that's one thing. But right now, I don't believe it, and half of the times I don't even believe the dirt sheets because the dirt sheets can always be wrong. So, like I said, just take it to a grain of salt. Like I said, like we already got the PLEs and stuff like that we can confirm. That's already marked already. Same thing for SummerSlam. That's confirmed. We think Crown Jewel, we're not going to confirm it yet, but we think they're going to have one Saudi Arabia show this year, and that would be Crown Jewel. And we heard about the rumor of Ruthless Aggression that's going to be in Boston for John Cena's probably last match. So maybe maybe he'll go back to I hate when that happens. I'm apologizing. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, maybe if John Cena, maybe he'll turn a face turn during the summer. Maybe see the errors of his ways, but whatever. So I'll say this or. I'll say that. So I'll just put it that way. So we do not know, where the rest of them is going to be, but we will see soon. Um, I know they still got spring break that's supposed to be like coming up in April and other like special events. So we don't know about everything else just yet. So it's like one of those things we just gotta wait and see. So we will see. Okay, so enough of that. Long time Raw heel reportedly working babyface on live events. Head of wrestling. I don't even think that'll be interesting. So we'll just look at this because I know everybody's probably tired and they probably want to go to bed soon. So we're still going to talk about a little bit the Marvel and DC stuff. Leuven Kaiser. Okay, yeah, they showed that over the they showed that today and what they were showing what happened over the weekend. So not a big thing to talk about. So, anyways, go back. Let's see. WWIG Championship Tournament to begin a major indie event over WrestleMania weekend. So, okay. River Independent Circus, that's going to happen at, but then again, I got a friend that actually runs UPW, Peter Beautiful. But I don't think that he's going to be Game Changer Wrestling. Oh, okay. So they're gonna work with each other. Okay, FSW Vegas and GCW Wrestling. Okay. So yeah, a couple of tournaments going on. So that's good, especially publicity of CGW and FSW. So that'll be interesting. So that's a good way to put it out there, and it's good that WWE is showing more like supportive on the independent wrestling and realize where it's come from, especially like people that experience it. Well, we can't say Vince McMahon because he probably hadn't experienced the Elite Squad, but just try to buy up everything. But anyways, don't care about that. Later Gray marries former OVW heavyweight champion. Wait, WWE SmackDown show in San Antonio before they moved to just after. We will look at that too. So who's the guy? Luke Curtis. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's been coming down here in the OVW. Coming to some shows and up here in Milwaukee. So yeah, interesting. Okay, enough of that. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, I will look at this. I think that was cool. Axiom was on SmackDown. I didn't know he was known as A Kid. So somebody put that up together, and I'm thinking like, wait, that's A Kid? Wow. If y'all know who A Kid is, he was in NXT UK, and he did win the what they call it, the cup. I don't forgot what it's called because Lexus King is not putting no thing up to it. Forgot what that cup called. But anyways, August 2024, AEW announced that 2025 edition of their annual All In pay-per-view will take place in Arlington, Texas, of course. In July, of course. Because normally they would have done it over in not Australia, but England. So they said, despite being just under 4 months away and the time of the writing, it has already surpassed the 1 million mark at the gate. However, WWE made an alternation to their own schedule that could hamper the potential success in All In Texas, which is what? Because Okay, an email was sent out by WWE to their rosters and staff, and staffing that an episode of WWE SmackDown was supposed to set to air from San Antonio, Texas in June has now been pushed back to the new date, July 18th. That's 6 days after AEW's. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so they probably wasn't gonna be on one of those dates that wasn't announced yet for San Antonio because all their dates in June has not been announced yet. Because I know like June 6th, SmackDown wasn't on officially announced yet. Then the June 27th wasn't announced. So that's what we was thinking that possibly Money in the Bank could happen for Milwaukee between those dates. So don't got a feeling that's going to happen in July. And you know right now like I said, it's just a wait and see. So yeah. So All In Texas, of course, will be July 12th. And oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, set the air time for June now being pushed back to the new date of July 18th, 6 days after AEW's event in Arlington. Okay, this is another verse example of WWE scheduling their shows of their own around AEW's biggest event. As WWE planned to host Saturday Night Main Event show in July 12th, which we don't know where the location is at right now. So that will go head to head to AEW All In. So did I put that date up already? For Saturday night's main event. Did I put that up? Yeah, July 12th. So like I said, right now it's just a matter of where. And you may have, Saturday night main event, maybe a Great American Bash PLE, then you have a Monday Night Raw, after that for, their 3-day weekend. But yeah, it wouldn't make sense they do it in San Antonio because they already had like Saturday night's main event there already. And you see they're going to have it like in the South again, so. Then, they had their very first one, which was in December, this past December. It was in New York. So, it could be maybe in the Midwest, or it could be in the West Coast. So, Midwest or West Coast. It's got to be one of the two. So, yeah. We already know they're going to do it in Tampa and May. And I don't know. The West Coast will make more sense if it's in December. But maybe the Midwest would be like sometime in July. So, like I said, it's a possibility that we may end up having Saturday night main event. You never know. That's a possibility. And you have our own, 3-day weekend. So, like I look at the schedules, like in the Fires of Form, because that's where it would be. There's nothing scheduled yet, so they ain't gonna say nothing until it's time. So yeah. So yes, everything is updated. What we know so far. So that's that list, and yeah. So then that's this list as well. So one more news thing, and we're gonna see if there's anything to talk about when it comes to Marvel and DC stuff. So probably ain't that much, but let's see if there's one thing to talk about. Just stuff from that I looked at earlier. Yeah, most likely, Rhea Ripley is gonna be in that triple threat match with Bianca and Io Sky. So if y'all saw that earlier, we kind of figured, that's gonna happen. Don't want to talk about Val Venus. TNT Sports CEO said network is interested in UFC, which they're going to aspire this year because they was with ESPN, so that might go away. Uh, yeah, Ukio WWE status. Maybe they'll bring him in around maybe WrestleMania time. So that could be after WrestleMania because they trying to do big with this faction with Usos, Roman Reigns going against Jacob Fatu, Sokoa, and Tommy Tonga. But the other guy, Tonga, I forgot what they put his last name is. He's still out. So and plus he's probably gonna be back, any second. Wait, update on the future of Netflix OVW show, which is called Wrestler. So I didn't think they was gonna end up doing the season 2. So Netflix has opted not to renew the series despite having the right of first refusal. That sucks. Wait, that the streamer and OEW had planned to host live event on Netflix as a test of its live streaming ability. Show's first season, which has 7 episodes, was seemingly reached favorable by fans and critics, which even receiving a rating 8 out of 10. Okay. The documentary series peeled back the curtain on the happenings behind the scenes and running an indie promotion, which is now being spearheaded by former WWE star Al Snow, who played a central part of the series, which y'all know he's runs OVW. Wait, okay, with several of their live shows selling out soon after the series went live, Snow had previously highlighted how the goal of OVW is to help young talent grow and to shine in the business, also to help more seasoned stars reinvent themselves, which is true. So yeah, I kind of didn't know that, and I don't know. But then again, like I said, it's Netflix that refused the season, but maybe they should have. Maybe they should have took it on. You never know. Like it could have been, great for everybody. I don't know. I know like just expecting, but I think it would have been good if they would have had done that. Whatever, renewed, do a second season, and see where everybody's at. So yeah. Okay, man, how I get all the way down there? Let's see. Well, there I got one idea that who's to induct Lex Luger would be either Sting or I seriously doubt it if it's Sting because he's still with the have a contract with AEW and working behind the scenes. So I don't know who's it going to be, and I think I'm just going to leave that story alone because I want to be surprised about it. Okay, yeah, she's gonna be every now and then doing like a little bit of announcements. Lillian Garcia, so kind of step back from that, and also gonna do like other WWE projects as well. So that's why she's like turning down her schedule. So yeah. Um. Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody knows about the Ozzy Jones situation that he filed a defamation lawsuit against his ex-girlfriend for costing him his job. So I think he was proved like not guilty and been cleared for all that. So it just sucks. You should have like they could have wait until everything got cleared. Maybe like be like we're gonna have you work out and do some training, maybe do some dark matches on NXT or something like that. Then everything get cleared. If you clear, we'll bring you back up. That's what I would say. I wouldn't like, release them like right away. I think that because like with the Disney situation with Jonathan Majors, like they didn't let him go until they found out the verdict, and he was ended up proven guilty. And days later, they fired him. So they should have like WWE should have did something like that for Ozzy Jones, but that's just me. Oh yeah, and I still gotta watch AEW Collision and. Of course, there's rumors out there that WWE has signed Jeff Cobb. If y'all know who he is, he was in Ring of Honor and was in AEW, then went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I think it was like in was he in TNA first? I believe he was. Then bounced off Ring of Honor, then AEW, then part of the AEW Ring of Honor regime, then went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So yeah. So yeah, they're really stacking up on wrestlers. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the rumor they was talking about with Survivor Series report location. You see, they ain't talk about that heavily about no Money in the Bank. So that's just somebody's like assumption that is going to happen. So like I said, the Survivor Series location is in San Diego. I believe that, but I don't believe it's going to be in L.A. So yeah, they're saying it's considering the city of San Diego as a host of 2025 Survivor Series. Of course, we know it ain't gonna be known just yet around the Thanksgiving holiday in November. Of course, let's see. Should Survivor Series emulate from San Diego?
Perfectly paired with handcrafted wine.
I hate when that happens. San Diego Council officially proclaimed June 19th as Rey Mysterio. Yeah, makes sense. As a 619, of course. Okay. Of course, it was in Vancouver last year, and of course, they did confirm that. Of course, Backlash was going to be in St. Louis. They did confirm that over the weekend, of course, which they did announce it this Friday, but they officially just put a stamp on it today. I think we're just gonna move on from wrestling for the night and just talk about that. So I'm gonna. Oh, okay. So probably something the wife has sent me. So let me look for on my Arthur Smith page. Look for Marvel updates, which I know I'm going to end up watching on some of these people on YouTube. Some of these people like about comic books, so I do watch them. Comic Book Cast is one. Comic Wonder is another, and Everything Always. Although Everything Always talk about nothing but Marvel, which is fine, because I'm a big Marvel fan than I am DC. So, but ain't nothing wrong with DC. But I'm a fan of DC, but not as big as I am as a Marvel fan. So, oh wow, okay. Captain America Brave New World is projected to finish its theatrical run with a 405 to 440 million globally on a 180 million budget, making the second lowest grossing film in the franchise. Which that's maybe not possible. That's not true. Cause you got some of these guys, from like comic book talk about comic books on YouTube. They said if Captain America Brave New World makes 440 million, and then again after paying like these theaters to show it and also promotion of it, they say if they do end up making 440 million, it will break even. So it's like they won't lose anything, but they won't gain anything either unless they sell good merchandise. Which some of their merchandise was sold like this summer, but let me show y'all here. They had this at McDonald's last summer, because we was thinking that it was gonna be out last summer, but Marvel stick with only one movie, and that was Deadpool and Wolverine. So I've been having this since last summer, and I hang it up here on the lighting post here. Just like to hang around, because it's like one of those things, like you have a black Captain America and you gotta be happy with that's like somebody of color, not always like a white Captain America. Nothing against it, nothing against Steve Rogers, but it's like good see something different. And I know they kind of started this like last decade with Captain America being Sam Wilson, but I know I told myself I was going to go see it again. I'm just going to try to see I don't know. Maybe I'll go see it tomorrow night. You never know. Or I may go see it. The thing is, final week is gonna be not this coming weekend, but next weekend. So maybe I'll try to go see it next Tuesday, and maybe I have a little bit of money then, and I can like go see it. So we'll see. Okay. So it's not. I don't know why people just think it's like gonna be a failure. It's actually not gonna be, because you may got people like buying a lot of merchandise and stuff like that. So you never know. I got the freaking Captain American cup that they made, and I thought that was awesome, and I just needed to have it. So I think it's gonna be a little bit. They're gonna make a little bit more of a profit than losing anything. So if they make a little bit of a profit, that's still good. It's just like if they do get up to 440 million, they will break even, but it won't be a big of a loss as people think. So it's like, what could they learn from this? Because they had the screenings earlier before they reshoot it, and the test screeners, whoever like watched it, was saying it was too many Hulks, and that's kind of sucked. So that could have been like interesting. But yeah. Anyways, that would be good, seeing freaking some of the Hulks or some of the new ones that would have like appeared. That would have been something. Oh, the text from Jonathan Makers. Oh, he admitted that he did. Okay. So I know there was things they was talking about they wanted to bring them back just to do like be on Doomsday, just kill them off and stuff like that. You know what? Do so. Bring him back and just let him fill his role as Kane and just let that finish off. Because otherwise, what else you gonna do? You're gonna have like a Kane out of nowhere, or you're gonna make the beginning of the kind of like what they did, with Thanos and Hulk was fighting, the end of Loki, and Thor was like beating up. So would they make something like that with Infinity War, where Doctor Doom gonna attack Kane and defeat him and take over like his technology? Maybe they could, but I think that they have Kane, well, have Jonathan Majors come back as Kane, and may it be like a little bit of a bigger role than just say, what, Loki wiped out all the Kanes, or Doctor Doom got to the main Kane and beat him up and whatever. Okay. Yeah, of course, the rumor about Blade. Both Mahershala Ali and Kevin Feige did approve with the new script that they made, but of course they okay, whatever that is, they are happy with the with the babe. I will get to you in a minute. With like I said, they're happy with the script, and it looks like the script is probably finished, but they're gonna wait to start shooting it after Secret Wars. So it will end up being in the Mutant Saga. So like if they would have like shot it maybe this summer, if they decide to do that, it could still fit into the Infinity Saga. But we know this is supposed to be like Blade supposed to start off now before they do Midnight Suns, which I thought was interesting. I still haven't played that game yet because it got Wolverine in there, so I need to get a chance to play that. But anyways, so I'm glad they finally happy with a script. Although this was going on since 2019, they trying to get like Blade off the ground. So they're both happy with the script, and they're just looking for a director. And probably when they have a director, they probably will decided when to like shoot it. Maybe because we still in the multiverse saga, but the plans are right now. They're saying they're gonna do it after Secret Wars. So probably like, right after X-Men or wherever the case may be. Who knows? Wait. Virginia Garner shared that she'll be interested in receiving her role as Carolina from the Runaways or exploring the new character in MCU. Yeah, I enjoy the Runaways, so maybe that'd be cool. There's some shows that Marvel TV has done they just really need to bring back. The Runaways was good. I like Hulk and Dagger. I did like that one. Agents of Seal. It has its moments, and there they go, thinking I said Alexa. Seriously. Sorry about that, guys. They probably thought I said something else, and it popped up. Of course, we talk about Sadie Sink. They're not officially sure what she's gonna play. Either she's gonna be on Spider-Man 4, but they're not sure what she's gonna play. Either Jean Grey or Mary Jane. But most of us don't think it is gonna be Mary Jane Watson, which would make sense that it wouldn't be. Maybe like a different character or something like that, or maybe Jean Grey. You never know. Because Kevin Feige did mention that mutants are going to be start appearing sooner than later. Maybe as soon as Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four. You never know. So let's see. Yeah, of course they of course Marvel is working on. Well, right now currently was it though with the Defenders team with Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, and of course Daredevil. But right now they currently are shooting season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, and they're thinking of bringing them in there. So that would be cool to see, like the Defenders back together and just see how it goes. So we'll see. That's funny. Yeah, I did read that earlier, and I thought that was like pretty funny. Okay, the Born Again series was set 7 years after the original Daredevil show, which I think was they ended it on 15 or 17 or something like that. I'm not sure, but so if everything is canon, so it got to make sense that this would be after the blimp, which would be 5 years later. Because right now they think I think they said Marvel right now with Captain America and stuff is like all in the year 2026 in that universe. So it's gonna be a little bit confusing, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. The MCU has got quite large. There needs to be more central narrative. Oh, the Russo brothers said. Okay, just seeing if okay. Okay, as far as the Russos, they have my number. They know where I'm at, and that's all I can say. That's true. They're gonna bring Ant-Man back, of course. His daughter's gonna be like on there too, so why not for them to start? They so-called say they're gonna start the Young Avengers, or they call them champions. So of course Ant-Man's gonna be back, and I guess it was reported that they said that Paul Rudd will play Ant-Man as long as they want him to. So that's a good spirit. Okay. Okay, yeah, voice recording on X-Men 97 Season 3 will be beginning next week. So I guess, with Season 2, they just probably finishing, doing the finishing touches and stuff. So that's, not going to be, they're not going to show X-Men 97 Season 2 until, next year in 2026. Which is fine. And I think that's, oh yeah, her story about, just being featured in the Iron Man 1. Anyways, let's look at some DC stuff. So it probably ain't gonna be much because new episodes of Harley Quinn is going on, and I think this week is gonna be the final episode of the season for Harley Quinn. Okay, sorry guys. I hate what this happened. I'm trying to hurry up as fast as we can. I know it's like after midnight. It's probably like 1 a.m. on the East Coast and 10 p.m. on the West Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, thanks for hanging. Yeah, we knew about that. Batman Part 2 would be shooting by the end of the year. We know. Wait. How are they going to do that? The Penguin star Colin Farrell is reportedly being eyed for a lead role in DCU's Charlton Rock film. How that gonna work? But then again, there's been people that playing like two different Marvel characters, and I guess it is possible. But then again, Colin Farrell is not in the he's in the DC Elseworld. So in a way, now come think about it, it makes sense. You can probably still be the Penguin if you're doing like the trilogy of Batman and still be on like the TCU as Sergeant Rock. Hey, why not? I just had to think about it for a second, and you know what? Because like I just said, the Penguin is in the DC Elseworld, so that doesn't count with the DCU, and yeah, oh yeah, it could work. Superman official cookbook will be out July 1st. Oh my god. New image of Josh Hart as the Joker. Is that the Joker that they got in the Batman? The recent one that was in jail? Always believe that Superman Returns is heavily unappreciated. It truly showcased Superman's strength and durability. Which I only saw parts of it. I didn't see it. And I know I have it on Vudu and I need to watch that. Grace Caroline currently shares that she would love to be part of James Gunn's DCU in any capacity. That'd be cool. They brought Jason Momoa back and he was Aquaman. Now he's gonna play Lobo. So why not? Oh yeah, Captain America Civil War stuntman Nicholas Harner portrayed the Dark Knight in the State Farm Batman vs. Bateman. That commercial was kind of hilarious. Okay. Of course we knew that. Now it's out for Blu-ray and 4K. But good thing is you can get it on Vudu as well. So, well, now Fandango. So that's a good thing. So I don't know. I think Marvel would be smart if they do like their television shows and release them on Vudu or Blu-ray or 4K. I know they done like some of them on DVD and not DVD and Blu-ray. That's what I mean. Like that's good and all. It's like Marvel was worried about they losing money, but why you didn't put some of these shows out like WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier? Sell them on digital or sell them on like they do. I know they doing with the DVD and stuff, but sell it on digital. If they did it on digital, it would make a lot of money. And I'll be one of the many that will buy it on digital, not just for like collection, but just to say I can watch it. Besides, already have to go to like Disney Plus. So maybe that's probably one of the reasons they ain't gonna do it because of Disney Plus, which is kind of stupid. Of course, the Teen Titans movie will begin shooting late this year. And Superman book bag. Oh yeah, I know they're gonna start shooting in June, I believe, for Lanterns. Oh, that's cool. Behind the scene for the State Farm commercial. That's funny. Oh, so okay, he did appear as a as a Joker. So that's what that was. That wasn't the Batman stuff. It was that commercial, which is kind of interesting. What they trying to hint something as Batman. Oh yeah, they said Jason Ritter has joined the cast of the Lantern as Billy Macon. I'm okay. Like I said, I'm gotta look back and like some DC stuff and okay. Superman will feature at least two major cameos. One of them will be in Supergirl, and we already know the original stuff. Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Mister Terrific, and Hawkgirl. So, who would be that missing piece? It's one of those things that you don't know. But you know what? We're gonna end it from here. I know all y'all tired, and I didn't think I was gonna go on this long for like almost 3 hours. but I guess I did have a lot to say. So surprising me for a guy that's shy and don't talk so much, have a lot to say. So that's crazy. Anyways, you guys that's watching on Twitch, I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments, and also thank to I think that's Yucker Torque for that question. So I appreciate it, and you know, check us out. Oh wait, we do got a new follower. So that's Super Pidio 90. So I apologize if I said that wrong. So person that's following WFSO 1 channel. Appreciate the follow and thank you. Um, like I said, anytime somebody join us on Twitch, we will do a shout out. So keep that in mind. Like I said, please share the channel and let people know what we do. We have like a lot of content like almost every day. So get a chance, spread the word. Check it out. We just don't do. We did, of course, all the three topics we talked about: Milwaukee Bucks, wrestling, of course, like Marvel and DC stuff, and also we do talk about developments that's going on in Milwaukee. But unfortunately, there was nothing to talk about today on that surface. So I think the last time we talked about something was Saturday. So you get a chance, check out that video. After you guys on YouTube's, I really appreciate the likes. So I think the most I have so far, so I appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, guys. Also, subscribe to the channel. And, like I said, the topics we talk about, we got over 2,500 videos and counting. So you get a chance, check those videos out. Like I said, there may be some things you'd be surprised that we have on video and stuff like that. And plus, being around for 16 years and being like one of the longest reigning channels on YouTube. Yeah, that's got some meaning in it. Also, check out the website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. There's a few things I need to edit on there before I go to bed, and I know it's kind of late for me because I got important things to do in the morning. Let's see, like we got upcoming events in the Midwest. Also photos we took of wrestlers, and also events we were at wrestling, and also events we were at when it came to the Bucks. We also took pictures with some players as well. So some y'all probably be interested in. But anyways, once again, thank you guys for watching. The next time we'll probably talk about the Bucks and Warriors games, which they did lost. So hopefully, it work in our favor for tomorrow since we face them again. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I know they beat us at home, and hopefully we can beat them at their home. So hopefully, some stuff is getting together with, the coaching staff and the players. Hopefully that will all happen. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and I know I got a long night ahead of me. So anyways, until the next video, you guys have a good one, and see you later. Let's see. Oh.